Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Bariatrics and Tips. This is Michelle Geeson, and I am your hostess with the mostest. Welcome to a great episode of Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. I'm really excited that you're here today. I was trying to get in touch with my inner pumpkin spice addiction, and I think I've come up with some things that you are really gonna like. Thanks, Melissa. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna probably just jump right in, because in the quest of finding you guys the perfect pumpkin spice stuff, I had to just narrow it down to 3 items that I wanted to show you. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff. You're gonna get all 3 recipes at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. And then you're gonna get a bonus recipe at 6 o'clock. It's a repost of an old episode. Sorry, that was the microwave warming up some milk for the demonstration. But you're gonna get all of these recipes today, and hopefully you love them as much as I do. Now, how I decided on these recipes was I wanted to make sure that they were ingredients that you could acquire easily and inexpensively. So everything that I'm using, I believe, should be something that you already have in your bariatric or healthy lifestyle arsenal, okay? So I wanna make sure that that is said. There's a lot going on here. It's a culmination of 3 different recipes, and out of these 3 recipes, recipe number 2 has 2 ways to make it, so you can maximize your feeling good, non-deprivation potential, okay? Sometimes I just talk to hear myself. All right, so welcome. If you're new to our show, welcome. Let me turn off the microwave. Just press the clear button. All right, one thing we all have in common is we've all had weight loss surgery, or we're gearing up to have weight loss surgery. And even if you're not, even if you're striving for overall health and wellness, whether you're trying to combat diabetes, whatever the thought, you are in the right place, because I have dedicated Bariatrics and Tips to finding ways to live large while cooking and eating small, and finding flavor in everything that I do. It's so important to find that flavor. It is one of the key components into not feeling deprived. A lot of what I experienced on my bariatric journey was people and doctors and family asking me or telling me what I can or cannot have. And when you tell someone that you can't have something, you want it all the more. And so that control piece, that can I or can't I, is a really good way for me to help myself. And so remove the word deprived from your vocabulary, because there's no reason really any of us should ever have to feel deprived. Life before, after, during bariatric surgery, it's not meant to be spent wishing that we could have this or that, okay? We can have fun with food. We can experiment. We can live. We can indulge. You know, it's fun to be in the kitchen, okay? It's fun being at the grocery store. Both of those activities should be adventures for you, okay? You're on your own bariatric journey, and the kitchen and the grocery store are main attractions, and they're repeat main attractions. So you've got to find a way to embrace it and make it worth your while, okay? It's empowering and inspiring to make or remake a certain dish that either your family loves, or maybe something new, something that they like, and reinvent it to accommodate your healthy lifestyle, okay? I've worked hard on my own journey, and I know that you all have too. And so a minute of indulging in something that might not necessarily be the best for you is a way to sabotage yourself. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do that. This will prove my point, okay? So remember though, if you need specific medical guidance, please consult your bariatric surgeon, your general practitioner, your dietitian, whomever. Those are the pros. They are your advocates on the medical standpoint. But if you have questions about any of the tips or tricks or gadgets or ingredients that you see here today, please let me know. You can message me, email me. The Bariatrics and Tips Facebook page is open to you for you to post your successes, your life hacks, things of that nature. So please don't forget it. And alongside Facebook, remember that Bariatrics and Tips is on all social media. So of course, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and of course YouTube. All these videos are reposted for you to watch over and over, for you to share with friends and family that may support you or may want to join you on your healthy lifestyle journey, okay? So let's get started. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. It is November. I'm looking outside right now and we have some gorgeous oak and maple trees outside that are in full color bloom. It was snowing today, which kind of sucks, but it feels warm and cozy. So this pumpkin spice motif will certainly help us along. The first thing that I want to show you is what I came up with, a pumpkin spice latte. Okay, and I think at this time it probably makes the most sense for you to come a little closer so I can show you all this good stuff. So we're going to take a field trip, and this is where you are going to come with me. So, hello, here I am. Whoa, hold on. There we go. Sorry, you guys. I am challenged when it comes to the camera, so please forgive me. Remember, I'm not the camera person. I like to cook. I don't like to film, but I do want you to see what you need to see. So let's do it, okay? Hi, Brandy. Glad that you can make it. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to start off talking to you and showing you the ingredients as I go, okay? The first thing we're going to do is our pumpkin spice latte, and I'm going to bring my cheat sheet over. I am a huge coffee addict, and I like it cold. I like it hot. On a day like today, both of them are kind of tempting to me. But again, I can have both because I don't need to feel deprived. So I'm going to show you the hot version and the cold version, okay? Pumpkin spice is not something like when I go to Starbucks or a coffee house. I don't typically indulge in those frou-frou drinks only just because of the added sugar that they put in. When I indulge in coffee at a coffee house, I'm more of the regular coffee, regular tea, espresso kind of girl, and I always opt for sugar-free syrup. So that's a preference. That's just what works for me. So I want to make sure I let you know that. But I did find quite the gem online on Amazon. I found Skinny Syrup's pumpkin spice syrup. This bottle costs $9. The pump is mine. I bought it separately. Each pump delivers just under a tablespoon of syrup, so you can gauge that accordingly, okay? So the first thing that we want to do for our pumpkin spice latte, I'm going to show you the warm version first because I can't wait to take a drink, okay? But I have to go over the microwave because I was warming up the milk when we started. So hang on, right here. You can still hear me. Here I am. Hello. All right. One of the cool things that I like about making lattes, and of course if you don't have this tool, it's okay. You don't have to worry about it, but you can get one too. And again, I got this on Amazon. This is my frother, and my friend Liz received hers as a Christmas gift, if I'm not mistaken. And when she showed me, I had to have it. It was only 20 bucks. It's got a lifetime guarantee. And it's amazing because I can froth the milk if I want. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to combine the pumpkin spice syrup into this milk, which is warm, and then I'm going to froth it. So one pump delivers 1 tablespoon, and I usually do 2 pumps just because it's a cup of milk. All right, so now I'm going to froth this bad boy, and you'll see it'll gain some height. It's at the quarter or the 1 cup mark right now, and it's climbing. It's nice and frothy. You can kind of hear it, and you can see the bubbles on top. See? All right, so I've got my milk, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to combine 2 shots of espresso. Now, if you don't have an espresso machine, or if you don't like espresso, that's okay. Just use a half a cup to a cup of strong coffee, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to pour this in here. This is 2 shots of espresso. I've got an espresso machine that I absolutely love. And then just to mix it up a little, I'm just gonna stir it. Sometimes I use this as a stirrer too, but it's nice and frothy on top. And then I am gonna go ahead and I am going to pour it in my coffee cup. Got a little bit left over. I was trying to find a clear glass coffee cup so you could see it, and I don't have one. And then what I like to do is I like to take my pumpkin spice and I like to sprinkle it on top. That's what the folks at the coffee house would do too, although I can't create artwork on top of my foam. But I will show you this. I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see. Whoops. I don't know where I'm going, you guys. All right, I'm not going to win any Academy Awards for filmography, that's for sure. So there is my pumpkin spice latte. Now I'm going to bring you back up. Hello. Yeah, Liz, you want some. You can have some. You just have to come over and get it. Okay? It smells like pumpkin spice. It tastes like pumpkin spice. And I'm indulging in, I used Fairlife skim milk, so I've got that protein boost, and I've got sugar-free syrup, so I'm dealing with no sugar calories. And what a great thing to have on a cold winter's day, which I shouldn't say winter, it's fall, but you know what I mean. That's wonderful. So now to do the iced version, we're going to do a little bit of the same. The only difference is I'm using a protein shake because, of course, there are no rules when you do this. You can use a protein shake. This is Fairlife. It's a new flavor, and it's coffee. I saw this, and I was like, give me some. Okay? So I've got a cup of this Fairlife protein shake in my shaker bottle. I am going to put in 2 tablespoons of my skinny syrup pumpkin spice, this stuff. Okay. I am going to add my 2 shots of espresso. And I think that is it. Then most shaker bottles come with this little shaker thingy. So of course we're gonna put that in there. And then give it a shake. Not too much, because this one I don't want to foam up too much. Just because I want to get it in a cup. And now you're probably going to laugh at me, and rightfully so. I reuse my Starbucks cups all the time just because just out of sight, out of mind, in sight, in mind. It just feels like I went to the coffee house. And I'm going to pour my latte over ice. I got almost all of it in. That's okay. Sprinkle a little bit of this stuff on top because eventually it'll all mix. And hold on, I'm right here. I thought that I had a lid, but I did not. And now I do. Here I am. Oh, here's the lid. I knew I had it. And so now I have a latte. Now tell me, this does look like I went to Starbucks and got a latte. If I weren't on camera, I'd be sucking it all down. But this is great. Totally tastes like pumpkin spice. I've got the Fairlife protein shake as my protein source, my espresso, so I'll be buzzing nicely for the rest of the day. And again, you can use coffee for it. I have actually used instant coffee before as well. Folgers, Starbucks, Cafe Bustelo, whatever you want to use. A great thing to make when you're at work. So there is the pumpkin spice latte in iced and hot form. I hope that you take a look at them. The pumpkin spice syrup, again, I told you I just got this on Amazon. It was about $9.50 or so, and it does say limited edition. So I don't know if they're gonna take this off the market, but I'm thinking I might want to buy one, just one more for the season. All right. So I'm gonna put this stuff aside. As much as I want to drink it here with you, and I really want to drink it here with you. We're gonna move on, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is this cinnamon spice or pumpkin spice cheese Danish. This recipe dates back to my younger years where my mom always made these. And it's an old Weight Watchers recipe, and I've made it to accommodate my bariatric lifestyle. Not much tweaking to do, just as far as like the toast that it goes on top of, or it goes underneath. So hold on, I'm looking at it. Just not many ingredients at all. We're gonna start off with a half a cup of cottage cheese. Now, this is low-fat cottage cheese. I just made a post, I believe it was yesterday, about why you should not use fat-free cottage cheese. So take a look at that. You don't want, I guess there's less protein in the fat-free. There could be some stabilizers and other things in there, and they just recommend using a low-fat or a full-fat because it's creamier and richer, and really when you think about it, that richer taste will allow you to feel fuller faster and give you less feelings of deprivation. So just some food for thought, literally, okay? So a half a cup of cottage cheese, low fat is what I use. And then we want to do a teaspoon of either pumpkin spice or cinnamon, or if you're like me, you can do both. And my plan was to do both, so I have to get the cinnamon real quick, which I totally forgot as well. Shame on me. I'm sorry. All right, I got it now. I made up for it. So a teaspoon, I'm going to use not quite a teaspoon of the cinnamon, and then I'm going to use not quite a teaspoon of the pumpkin pie spice, but the recipe will call for 1 teaspoon. All right, it smells so good. I can already smell the cinnamon and the pumpkin pie spice. The other thing that you want to do is you want to use, you want to have a Danish. So Danishes are typically on the sweeter side. So I'm opting to use the sugar substitute that I use is Splenda, and I want to use it. I'm going to use a teaspoon at a time until it tastes the way that I want. Okay, so I'm sprinkling in a teaspoon, and now you just want to stir it. Now, my mom always used to serve this warm, and that is really a good idea, especially when you're serving it on warm toast, or you can serve it cold. I don't think for right now it matters for me to warm it up. I'm only going to take a bite of it to kind of explain it to you. So this is our Danish, okay? Cinnamon, sugar, cottage cheese, essentially. All right, and then what you want to do is you're going to spread it on a piece of toast. Now, for me, toast bread carbs are evil, and they should be destroyed. I'm a carb addict. I always have been. I always will be. I need to be very mindful of the carbs that I put into my body. So you may see, whether it's on our Facebook page or even on this live demonstration, I worry about carbs, and sometimes I obsess about carbs. But I found a bread that I really, really like. And so when that craving for bread comes, and I would rather eat bread than ice cream or chocolate any day. But when that carb craving comes, I buy this Carb Smart bread. It's an Aunt Millie's. You can get it at your local grocery store. I got it at mine, which is Meijer. 1 slice of this, and they're small. They're small, which is really, really a good thing because, you know, as a bariatric or a gastric bypass patient, my stomach pouch is only the size of a small egg. So here's the size of the piece of bread. It is kind of small. It's only 30 calories. So if I wanted to have a sandwich, I don't have to worry about it. But 30 calories, 1 gram of fat, 2 net grams of carbs, and 3 grams of protein. So for me, it's truly the lesser of all the evils. So that is what I'm going to show you today, okay? So I have a piece of lightly buttered toast. And lightly buttered is exactly what that means. Use butter, use margarine, use spray, you use whatever works for you. You don't even have to butter it if you don't want to. I just like the richness of just a little bit of butter flavor. And then all I'm going to do is spread the cottage cheese mixture on. Now, we made a half a cup of cottage cheese, so ideally, if you're having 2 pieces, you can use 1/8 of a cup on, or 1/4 of a cup on each. And then, or you can gauge it accordingly, however you want. This is a really great snack idea. It's a really good breakfast. It makes me feel cozy. And when it's warm and the toast is right out of the toaster, it's even more delicious. So a lot of times I'll make this if my family's eating cinnamon rolls or donuts. This is a really great standby to have, okay? So let me bring this down and I'll show you a face down view so you can look at my dirty floor. There we go. So there it is. There is the toast. And then I'm gonna bring you back up. God, this camera. Sorry, guys. All right, so now let's eat. It is amazing, you guys. You can taste the pumpkin pie spice and the cinnamon. The 1 teaspoon of Splenda was perfect. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. And then I can taste the butteriness of the bread. And it's just so delicious. It's truly a comfort food. So hopefully this looks appetizing to you and you want to try it. This recipe will be yours this afternoon on our Bariatrics and Tips website or Facebook page. Okay. So I actually made 2 pieces of toast because I was thinking that I would eat it all. I haven't really eaten anything today. You would not believe the day that I've had. But at any rate, I still have some of my mixture left. And you know what? You could eat this cold at work. You could take it with you. It's just a great snack because it's cottage cheese, and cottage cheese is so high in protein. Okay, so that is our second recipe. Now our third recipe is more intricate, and there are a couple different ways to go about it. I am going to make for you pumpkin pudding 2 different ways. The traditional way involves sugar-free instant pudding, and the Michelle way involves Greek yogurt and protein powder. Okay, so the main difference, and I just discovered this relatively recently, this little box of sugar-free pudding is fantastic. It is a means to an end. I use it often, but I was actually looking at the carb content, and it does have carbs in it. So depending on whether you're trying to be more keto friendly or more cognizant about carbs like I am sometimes, you might want to opt for a different method. And that is why I am showing you 2 ways, okay? So I am going to bring you a little bit closer, and I'm going to show you, we're going to tag team both ways. Let me get everything ready and then bring you over here. Hello, come on, you can do it. All right, so hold on. No, this way is where you have to go. All right, can see okay? You can see both bowls. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to need half a cup of pumpkin puree in each bowl, okay? And so I've got this pre-portioned out for us to make things quick and easy. There we go. That's lovely. I'm not going to tell you what my grandfather used to call pumpkin pie and the reasons why he would not eat it, but we'll talk about that. If you're interested in that, let me know on our Facebook page. I think I have said too much. All right, so right here we're going to use a half a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, which is what this is. All right, and then we are going to use a teaspoon each of pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon. Now, the recipe says that cinnamon is optional, and I will still maintain that stance. I'm going to put it in. I love cinnamon, and I like it nice and harvesty spicy. So there's that, okay? And then we are going to use our sugar substitute. And again, 1 teaspoon at a time until you get what you need. Now, I have made this before, so I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons because I already know how much I'm going to love it, okay? I'm going to blend this first, and then I will show you, and then we'll move to the next method. There we go. And you don't need to use, the dog's coming because he knows I'm blending. What a nut. You don't have to use a mixer if you don't want to. I thought it would just be easier as far as time. So you're getting the fiber of the pumpkin in here, and you're getting the nice protein of the Greek yogurt, and a little bit of sweetness that'll go a long, long way. I'm gonna rinse this off real quick so we can start fresh. And now you can see that you have a delicious pumpkin yogurt. We'll do our taste testing in just a little bit, okay? Just mix it and get it nice and pretty, all right? So now let's go around, and now let's try method number 2. We've got our 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. We are gonna put in our instant pudding. Now remember, if we can open the box, it's Michelle proof apparently. This is the small package of instant pudding too. I know that the grocery stores sell both, so it is the small one. All right. And then we are going to fortify it with a scoop of vanilla protein powder. Any kind of vanilla protein powder, your favorite. This just is what I happen to have. I think the brand that I use is called Gold Standard, and I buy it in a massive tub on Amazon, and I think I probably only buy it maybe once a year because I like to cook with it. We want to have a teaspoon of our pumpkin pie spice. Again, the big shaker I got at Sam's Club, and it's definitely, if you're using pumpkin spice a lot, this is definitely the way to go. And then some cinnamon. Okay. Then the last thing that you want to do is you're going to add your milk in a little as you go. Okay. And the reason why you're going to do this is because you want to be able to gauge how thick it is. Some people like their pudding thicker. Some people like it thinner. It's completely up to you. So I am going to start with a splash of milk and to get it going. And you can see it's already getting thick just because there's so many dry ingredients, and that's how I know I can add a little bit more milk. And again, I just add a little bit at a time, but you do want to make sure that you get this nice and blended. I think when it's all said and done, I probably end up using about a cup of milk. And if you look at the package, I think it tells you to use a cup and 3/4 for like traditional pudding. But again, this is where the recipe becomes yours, and this is where you modify it to fit your lifestyle and your liking, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to eat it. All right, so I'm gonna bend over here, get a spoon. I just want to give it a quick little tasty poo. Oh my God, you guys, it's so stinking good. And I kind of like the consistency that it's at. So I'm gonna stop here and show you the rest, okay? So now we've got 2 concoctions that are relatively the same, both of them protein fortified, both of them beyond delicious. And we've got 2 different tastes, 2 different kinds to choose from. So the way that you can make this look even better, again, because you know, just like your house needs curb appeal, your food does too. So you can put a little bit in a cup. And again, you can modify it as far as your curb appeal, but I always like to take a little bit of whipped topping, because who doesn't love whipped cream? I would bathe in it if I could. Put some on top, and then be cute and fancy at the same time, and sprinkle a little bit of this goodness on top. And now you've got a beautiful presentation to give to yourself or to give to your tummy. So that's version number 2. Let's go ahead and serve up version number 1, and then we'll talk about them both, okay? Here's version 1, a little bit lighter in color, but I think that's because we're dealing with the Greek yogurt. And then get a little bit of whipped cream on top. I'm gonna be doing some serious eating when I'm done, guys. Okay. All right, so you have version 1. Let's put that here. And version 2. There, that's better. Okay, so let me bring the camera back up and show you me. Hello, it's me. This is where I have to slouch. All right, so we've got the first version. This is the one that has the Greek yogurt. And it's very creamy. It's rich. Now it does have a little bit of that tang that you get from the plain Greek yogurt. So this is where you will cater it to your own liking, and you will add more Splenda or sugar substitute however you want, okay? This is absolutely delicious. One more bite. This is version number 2. This is made with the vanilla pudding. It's definitely a lot thicker, but then that's because of the milk. You're gonna put in however much milk you want. You've got the vanilla undertones too, so it gives you layers of flavor. This is a really good, really good meal. Dessert. You could even take some graham cracker crumbs and sprinkle them on top if you wanted to do that. But this is good, and I really can't tell you which one I like best. I think both of them serve their purposes, but if I'm really gonna indulge in something sweet with layers of flavor, I'm gonna choose the one with the vanilla pudding. It's absolutely delicious. There you have it. I technically gave you 4 recipes today. 2 ways to make pumpkin pudding, pumpkin spice latte, and a cheesy pumpkin spice Danish. That is a great breakfast idea. There are so many other things that we could do pumpkin spice, but I think that gives you a really nice angle of things that you can easily access in your own home, and stuff that's really mild on the pocketbook too, because I know that it's holiday season and money's flying out of everywhere. So that's what I have for you today. I really hope that you liked today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me and humoring me and keeping me making all this good stuff. I know on our Facebook page, I did have a challenge. Someone wanted me to make over creme brulee, which is a fantastic idea, and I will put that on the docket for the new year. I didn't want you to think that I wasn't going to do it, but we have everything scheduled for this year, so look forward to that in January, okay? Thank you so much. It has been a heck of a Sunday. I've got so much more to do, but I will get this reposted on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a very pumpkin spicy day. And if you make any of these recipes, please post a picture or tell us about it, because I would love your feedback and to see how you liked it, okay? You guys take care. Bye.